Feed the axolotls. I call them my water weirdos. This one right here is aggressive, and I never see anything happen, but the other one, so this is, I believe it's a boy due to that, and his name is Golden. There we go. And he's the youngest, and then in there you can just see her head peeping out. I'm sorry, you're getting a reflection. You can see my dog's toy. That's Eclipse. And Eclipse keeps coming up. Like, Eclipse, when I got her, she had a deformed hand. I got her from a big box pet store, and when she came to me, she had a deformed hand. And that hand got mysteriously damaged a couple times and then disappeared a couple times, had grown back, and it doesn't look as deformed as it was when she first came to me, but a lot more webbing than her other hand has is what I noticed when it started growing back. And then recently, like sometime within the last 4 or 5 days or so, I looked and I was like, it looks funny. It looks swollen. It looks weird. So I'm assuming that Golden bit it and maybe broke the bone. And that's why it looks shrunken. Like it's not gone, but it looks shrunken. And the rest of her arm looks swollen. And then I looked up close and like 2 of her fingers are nubs. 1 of her toes is a nub. And 1, the skin is bitten off, but it's like the bone is sticking out. And then the back of her tail is gone. And I know they tell you that you should not keep them together, but it was quite a while that they were together before that happened, and it had been quite a while from this incident to the previous incidents. So I don't know what is going on. But usually like they would be hanging out together, swimming together, and then like they stay separated. I make sure I spread the food out and watch them when they eat so they don't get too close to each other. I was feeding them more, but then Golden, I had to tub Golden because he was like having trouble floating properly, and so it looked like constipation basically. I tubbed him and he ended up having a big bowel movement, and then he got back to being the same, and I've never had that incident since. But I'm assuming that because Eclipse is a go-getter, that maybe Eclipse was getting more food than Golden, and so Golden, I don't know what the issue is, but I do have a second aquarium that is actually right next to this one, and I'm thinking about just going ahead and separating them. But I mean, it's truly possible for them to live together, otherwise you wouldn't get them procreating. And I didn't buy them to necessarily be mating pairs. Originally, I wanted to get a black one, a gold one, the pinkish color one, and the wild color one, which is what Eclipse ended up being. That same big box pet store was telling me out that the melanated one, that's what Eclipse was supposed to be, but came out to be the wild color. So there they are, and I'm getting ready to feed them some bloodworms. And they don't have very much going on in their aquarium. And yes, they do need a bigger aquarium, but there's plenty of room in here. I would like for them to have a bigger one, but there's definitely plenty of room. My goal was to keep them somewhere else, to keep them in where I work, but they were babies and I wanted to take care of them at home first. I had the little glass feeding things, but I didn't order the right length, so I sent them back because I did want to train them to eat out of those to keep them separated. Oops, I'm not being a very good camera person, so I probably eventually will do that again and just make sure I get the proper size and hopefully, figure out how to split the cubes. Look, see, they know that the food comes from the top. It took Golden a while to figure that out. That's hilarious. Sometimes they'll just hold on with one foot. It's funny. I've never seen Golden do this before. I haven't had that Mapani wood in there that long. I soaked it forever and boiled it forever. And I was worried about the tannins, but It actually cleared up. I had some cloudiness. I guess they call it a bacterial bloom in there. And after I had the mopani wood in there for a while, it went away. So it's good. And here comes Eclipse coming out to eat. Eclipse creeps. Like Eclipse used to be more bold, but after this last attack, which is what I'm calling it, I noticed Eclipse creeping a lot more. That's why I said at this point, I'll separate them because me and Eclipse bonded. I can almost guarantee Eclipse used to look for me to come and look and interact with her. Look at Golden. Never seen Golden move like that before. Eclipse is just trying to stay away, get some food, and go back into the hide. I do want to get them one more hide because the other one is like semi. And I never did put sand in. I might eventually add sand, but Eclipse actually ate a rock before. And the rock actually was bigger than the mouth opening, which is what they said. But somehow Eclipse ate a rock, and I had to get her out, and get it out. And I do not want to experience that again, so I got scared and decided not to put soil in there or sand. Now, why she go right there? It's literally a pile of worms, and she went over there. She got some, though. I don't know what Golden is doing. I've never seen Golden act like that before. That's interesting. The sound in the background is fans because I actually bought 2 coolers and both of them malfunctioned. Now, it could have been user error because the directions were not very clearly written, but it seems simple enough, and the water just was not cooling. So I just gave up, and I just have 2 fans running, and that's working well, and especially because I keep a cooler house. It's not really hard to keep their water at the temperature that it needs to be. Let's just go in the opposite direction of the food, Golden. Let's just go in the furthest place where maybe 1 or 2 worms are. But thankfully, Eclipse has found quite a stash. Just a little package it came in. Eclipse has found quite a stash and is hanging out on her side. Is that a gash in her tail? It is. I think it's because she needs a bigger hide, because I didn't see that little gash. And there's nothing that would come from unless that mopani wood. I felt it and I got the smoothest piece I could get. So unless she ran into that, then I'll take it out. Because I have a more rounded piece, but I don't think so. And I don't think it was from Golden because I checked her real good. I just think she might be outgrowing that coconut. I have to look for a bigger one. And I think I'm going to go ahead and do that now.